It's time for me to give you guys another shade of green. And I call this one achievement jealousy. Let me give you a case in point. Let's say that you decided that you were going to embark on something that involves achieving a goal. Let's say you decide to expand your business. That's a good one right there. That's going to require some additional time on your part. You're going to have to hire some people. There are things that are just going on left and right. I mean, the money's coming in, the offers are coming in. I mean, your brain is just working. I mean, you hustling because what you have to offer is finally reaching the masses and it's full steam ahead. And let's say you got a wife or a husband at home. They've been with you so far on this. But now they're going to start suffering growing pains and they're not taking it very well. Well, the first thing they start doing is acting out. Start complaining, distancing themselves, starting arguments, being inattentive. Just all these type of negative behaviors because they don't want to experience the growing pains. Now, mind you, you were a business person when you married them. It's just that you're leveling up a little bit now. So I guess it just didn't occur to them that there was a possibility that maybe your business might grow. I'm being sarcastic here. But let's say that your partner has all these issues. So you figure in your mind, okay, they're trying to adjust, blah, blah, blah. But see, the thing is, you can't put the brakes on what's going on with your business because, I mean, the momentum is going. You can't just stop everything and shut everything down just because your partner has an issue. So they're going to have to ride along. So you figure, okay, well, you know what? Maybe they need to go ahead and start a venture of their own. So what you do is you go ahead and you encourage them to try to start a business of their own. Y'all stick with me on this because I'm sure one or two of you have gone through this. So you go ahead and you give them all the information that they need and the supplies and everything for the website. And they'll do a little gig here and there, but they're not really working the business per se. They have one, but they're really not working it as much as you are. They're not wholeheartedly in it. You look up a year or so later, the website hardly ever works. The calls aren't coming in as much as they used to. Business cards, that first 500 sets of business cards that you bought from the printing company a year ago, you still have plenty of those left. And nothing's being done. Now, in the beginning, when your partner was doing it, they were all excited, on fire, had you running around, playing errand boy and errand girl and, offering all this support and doing all this stuff for them. And they was running around with this sense of urgency. I got this business. I got this business. I got this business. The only reason why they took the business, first of all, they wasn't even thinking about starting a business. Before you even got married or before you got together, they wasn't thinking about starting any business at all. But you figured if you put them in the position that you're in and that they see some of the same responsibilities that you have, maybe they'll have a greater appreciation for what you do and ergo not give you such a hard time when you come home every day. That's what you were thinking in your mind. And even though that seems like a very logical process, there's only one problem: human behavior. You don't know what type of person you're dealing with emotionally. If this person was not ambitious and on a path to even take on the venture of a business when you first got together with them, how do you know just because they're around you that they're going to pick up the same attitude? You just automatically think, oh, well, she's married to a businessman. He's married to a businesswoman. So they should automatically assume that they want to have their own business. They should automatically. No, it doesn't work that way. See, this is where I go back again and I say, you can't go into somebody's head and make them think the way you want them to think. And even though your effort did seem logical, human behavior comes in. And if this person didn't have it in their mind or an inkling or a plan to do it in the first place and all of a sudden they're thrust into it, they're okay for a little while, but if it wasn't deep in their heart to do it, they're not going to stick with it. That's how come that website has been inactive for a year. if active at all, because sometimes people might click on it, it'll say bad URL or 404 server error or whatever the message comes up on Google that is invalid. The clients aren't calling in like they used to. The appointments aren't coming in. And more than likely, you probably got some leftover material or leftover paperwork or leftover supplies that you probably came out your pocket and paid for, piled up in the house or the garage or in the storage bin somewhere, untouched, collecting dust. A year or two later, because it wasn't in their mind to do this business. It wasn't in their mind to be there. You got to understand, not everybody can go into business. Not everybody's designed to go into business. You have business people and you have customers. Some people are consumers. That's all they are. They're satisfied with that. So understand that if you're a man or woman who owns a business and you marry someone who does not own a business, if they're not on the path to either help you with your business, be an active part of your business, or not on an active path to creating their own business, they are consuming. They are consuming the product of your work. If they don't show any interest in business at all, whether it's yours or theirs or anything like that, accept the fact that they're not interested. So yeah, you could turn around and get them involved in this venture, that venture, but they're not going to stick with it. They just want the benefit. They don't have a mind to run a business or handle anything. They just want you to make whatever money. They handle the household, and that's it. They don't want to do anything else. So that's just something I want to put out there, because I've come across quite a few people that when they got married and they had the business, everything was fine, but as the business started to grow and everything, because their partner was not an active part of the business or didn't have a business of their own, things fell apart. Because they didn't want to make it through the growing pains. They didn't want to make the sacrifices to expand the business. They didn't understand the amount of dedication and sacrifices required to keep it going. They just wanted to go around and say that their husband and wife was a business owner, and they wanted to reap the benefits, but they didn't want to endure the sacrifices. So you got to be careful with that, people. Just saying.